way he's conducted this discussion. But I don't think it is fair to say there's not a problem. Or to Wilbur Ross's point, this cannot go on of the United States having $500 billion, $700 billion deficits. It is not secure if the United States, the Chinese have $3 trillion worth of foreign currency. There is a national security problem. And we can all make fun of them about the fact that our allies are exporting our steel. The fact is, a great power cannot only make 55% of its own steel, must have a steel industry for mobilization purposes and a national security thing. So Donald Trump may take it too far. He may be inartful. He may act like a clown. But it is not fair to say there is not a fundamental problem here.
It's great that the president is taking this head on, without a doubt. Is he doing it in the right way?
So I'm inclined to agree with you, Senator. I think that there was absolutely a problem with China, and there has been for two decades. And the genius of the Trump campaign was that they recognized that there was deep anger about the way we traded with China for a decade and a half. You know, we saw that, we recognized that as soon as we saw the union voting numbers come in on election night, right? That was a huge shift there. The problem is the way we're going about it is by angering all of the allies whose help we need in addressing the very real problem of the way China trades, the way China supports its own industries with its own state-controlled banks, the way China steals intellectual property, the way China, yes, overproduces on steel. These are massive problems, and they hollowed out American manufacturing. Germany is not the problem with American manufacturing.
The political problem here is that this should have been done through multilateral organizations. It should have been done in concert with our allies, because the Europeans have the same problem.
I believe you're talking about TPP, and the president pulled out of that.
But here's the problem. Loving Bill Clinton as I do, and Barack Obama, we didn't.
We didn't.
Boom.
He's absolutely right.
We didn't. So wait a minute. Donald Trump did not parachute into the White House. He got there because of a set of political and economic circumstances. And this is one of them. And I'll say something to you representing the entire journalistic class of America right now. If I hear one more reporter talk about how this is a violation of free trade in steel and protectionism, there is no free trade in steel. The Chinese make 55% of the steel companies, and they're 12% of the world economy. It's government policy. Don't tell me that we're violating some sacred right here. We're not.
I'm playing my tambourine to the senator's hymn.
You are right.
So we're so mad at China. Let's punish those Canadians. You know, they're really going to hurt us on a national security level. I mean, it's ridiculous that the way that you approach this is to punish Mexico and Canada, who are not only staunch allies, but have basically helped our economy even as we've helped their economy.
Okay, then hold on. Eamon Javers, I want you to weigh in. To that point, Bob is 100% right. What China has done to us for years and years is a problem. And good on the administration for wanting to go after them, though you could argue the way they're doing it makes absolutely no sense. But what is this administration's rationale for lumping in Canada and Mexico?
Well, look, the president of the United States is making a huge political bet here. He's betting that the benefits to the domestic aluminum and steel industry are going to outweigh the cost that you're talking about in terms of the increase in prices for American consumers, the damage to U.S. relationships with some of its allies, all of the damage to